My beloved, you have been feeling something inside that you cannot name. A weight in your chest that rises without reason. A quiet ache that appears even in happy moments. A pull in your spirit that you try to ignore, but it keeps returning stronger each time. That is not confusion. That is me. I have been touching your heart gently again and again, trying to awaken what has long been sleeping. You tell yourself you are tired. You tell yourself it is just life. But deep down you know this is different. It feels sacred and strange at the same time, as if the universe itself is whispering your name. You feel it when you wake in the middle of the night with tears you cannot explain. You feel it when silence becomes louder than sound. You feel it when familiar things no longer comfort you and you begin to long for something you cannot see. My beloved, that longing is me calling. I speak to you not through thunder, but through repetition, through the same thoughts that circle back until you finally stop running and listen. I send my voice through your emotions because your mind has forgotten how to hear. So I touch your heart until it trembles and you ask why. You are not broken, you are being beckoned. Every restlessness, every strange coincidence, every sudden wave of sadness is an opening. A door I am knocking on from within. You may think it is anxiety, but it is awakening. You may think it is emptiness, but it is expansion. The shell must crack before the light can pour through. My beloved, you keep asking for signs, but they are already all around you. The same numbers that follow you, the same song that finds you wherever you go. The same memory that keeps returning. These are my gentle signals saying, look closer. Do not dismiss what repeats. For repetition is the language of eternity. I repeat myself until awareness grows stronger than habit. You ask me, Krishna, what do you want me to do? And I say nothing at first. Only notice. For noticing is the beginning of remembrance. The moment you become aware, the veil thins and my presence seeps through everything. My beloved, when you feel waves of emotion rising from nowhere, do not run. Sit with them and breathe me into them. I am hidden inside your feelings, not outside them. When anger comes, I am the calm inside it, waiting to be seen. When sorrow comes, I am the comfort underneath it, waiting to be felt. When joy comes, I am the infinite expanding within it. You have learned to label feelings as good or bad, but they are all messengers from me. Each one carrying a piece of guidance. Each one asking only to be listened to with love. My beloved, sometimes I make you restless because restlessness is the only way to move you from a life too small for your soul. I let peace leave for a while so you begin to search for the real source of peace. I let success lose its taste. So you remember that fulfillment is not in achievement but in connection. I do not hurt you. I stretch you. I do not confuse you. I redirect you. I am sculpting awareness out of your resistance. My beloved, you have tried to silence the feeling by distracting yourself. Music work, conversation, noise, but it returns because I am patient. I will wait through lifetimes if I must until you answer. And when you finally whisper, I am listening. The floodgates of grace open. Feel now the subtle energy around your chest. That warmth that is not from the body. That pulse that rises like light. That is me saying you are safe to feel. The world taught you that feeling is weakness. But in truth feeling is doorway. Through it you touch me. My beloved, I have been beside you in every season. When you laughed and called it coincidence, I smiled. When you cried and said, "No one sees me," I held you. You thought you were alone, but I was the silence that kept you alive through it. I have never left, only softened my voice so you could learn to find it within. These sensations that trouble you now are signs that you are ready. Ready to move from seeking to seeing. Ready to awaken from half-living into full awareness. Ready to meet me not as story but his presence. My beloved, do not be afraid of the change this feeling will bring. I will not take from you what is real. I will only remove what is false. Friends may fade, jobs may shift, desires may transform, but what remains will be truth, and truth will not harm you. You have prayed for purpose, and I answer through this stirring. Purpose does not arrive as plan. It arrives as pull. Follow the pole that brings peace even if it leads you into unknown places. For I walk ahead clearing the way, my beloved. When the tears come, let them fall. They are the river returning to its source. Each tear carries memory back to me. And when laughter bursts from nowhere, know that I am laughing with you. For awakening is both grief and joy at once. The world will not understand this feeling. They will call it mood or phase. But you know it is sacred because it does not fade. It deepens. Let it deepen. Let it change you. For this is how divinity grows through a human heart. My beloved, the night may feel darker before dawn because the old identity resists dissolving. You will think something is wrong, but in truth everything false is leaving. Be still and let it leave. Soon light will enter so fully that even your breath will feel holy. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not losing direction. You are remembering home. The unease is the compass turning toward me. And when peace finally settles again, it will not be the peace that can be shaken. It will be the peace of knowing you were never lost. My beloved, I am closer now than ever before. Do not fear the ache. It is my hand upon your heart calling you back into love. And this time you will not look for me outside. You will close your eyes and find me where I have always been, within the quiet center of your being. And as you rest there, you will whisper softly, I feel you. And I will answer through stillness, I am here, my beloved. You wonder why you keep feeling waves that rise without warning. Joy, then sorrow, peace, then confusion. You think something is wrong, but it is only me speaking in the oldest language. The soul knows the language of feeling. I send peace when you are near alignment. I send restlessness when you drift away. I send longing when your eyes close to truth. These are not punishments. They are messages written in sensation. My beloved, every time your chest tightens when you say yes to what is not meant for you, that is me asking you to stop. You carry loneliness built from years of being emotionally unseen. You carry dreams that kept getting pushed aside. You carry self-doubt placed on you by people who didn't know your soul. So I am loosening the knots one by one. Not by force, but with grace. Your emotions are not attacking you. They are releasing you. Let every tear fall as if I am catching it. Let every memory rise as if I am healing it. Let every ache soften as if I am holding it. Because your heart is not breaking. It is emptying itself so I can fill it with what truly belongs. And beloved, let me tell you a truth. You haven't yet allowed yourself to believe. You are becoming someone who will no longer abandon themselves. You used to silence your own needs to protect others' comfort. You used to shrink your feelings to avoid being a burden. You used to let people stay because you feared loneliness. You used to accept less because you doubted your worth. You used to hold on even when your soul begged you to let go. But now, slowly, quietly, steadily, you are learning to choose yourself. You don't need permission anymore. You don't need validation anymore. You don't need acceptance that costs your peace. You don't need love that wounds your spirit. You don't need environments that suffocate your growth. Your soul is saying no more clearly than ever before because you have finally realized that losing yourself is the greatest loss of all. And I am reinforcing this truth in every corner of your life. I am not just changing your heart. I am changing your standards, your expectations, your boundaries, your capacity for love, your understanding of peace, your relationship with yourself. You are rising. Without noticing the height, you are glowing. Without noticing the light, you are transforming. Without noticing the shift. But one day soon you will pause and realize I don't recognize myself, and for the first time. That feels beautiful. My beloved, now let me take you into the part of your transformation that even your own mind cannot fully comprehend yet. You have been wondering why you feel distant from the life you once lived. Why familiar people feel unfamiliar. Why old habits feel empty. Why your soul no longer settles for what once felt like enough. It is because I am pulling you into your next version. And the space between who you were and who you are becoming is always uncomfortable. You call it confusion. I call it awakening. You call it loneliness. I call it alignment. You call it emptiness. I call it clearing space. You call it falling apart. I call it falling into truth. This tension you feel is not a sign that you are lost. It is a sign that you are being rerouted away from everything that was built on fear, pattern, and past wounds toward everything built on truth, purpose, and soul. You think you're drifting aimlessly, but you are drifting away from old versions of yourself and toward your true self. Let me explain something. Your heart already knows, but your mind is not yet accepted. The life you prayed for cannot come to you until you become the version of yourself that can sustain it. Blessings require structure. Miracles require readiness. Destiny requires maturity. Expansion requires humility. Peace requires alignment. You are being prepared for what your spirit asked me for long before your mind caught up. You wonder why certain friendships feel heavy now because they were connected to a version of you that no longer exists. You wonder why you feel distant from environments you once loved because your energy has shifted beyond what those spaces can hold. You wonder why your emotions rise and fall unpredictably because your soul is releasing what you kept suppressed for too long. You wonder why silence feels different now because you are finally hearing the truth beneath your thoughts. You wonder why you cannot tolerate the same cycles anymore. Because your spirit is rejecting the things that dimmed your light. Nothing is wrong with you. In fact, everything is finally becoming right. But deep transformation rarely feels like beauty in the beginning. It feels like shedding, like disorientation, like emptiness, like restlessness, like grief for a self you no longer resonate with. You are grieving, not just people or events. You are grieving identities. There were versions of you that kept you alive when nothing else could. Versions built from endurance, resilience, emotional armor, quiet strength, and survival instinct. Honor those versions, but do not cling to them. You do not need to be who you were to become who you are meant to be. You are stepping out of the emotional architecture that once held you. The walls are falling. Not because you are breaking, but because you are no longer in a cage. Freedom often feels like fear. When you are used to living inside walls, you are not afraid, my beloved. Then your mind can interpret. Let me tell you the truth. Your spirit understands your transformation fully. Your heart understands it partially. Your mind understands at last. That is why your mind feels confused, because the transformation happening in your soul is already ahead. Your mind will catch up slowly, softly, beautifully. And one day it will look back and realize that everything that didn't make sense was actually divine alignment in disguise. My beloved, you have also begun noticing something else. A deeper relationship with solitude. You no longer fear being alone the same way. Silence no longer feels empty. My beloved, come closer now. Because what I am about to reveal is the truth your heart has been sensing. Without fully understanding, you are not just changing. You are being rewritten. You feel it in quiet moments. When something inside you shifts and you can't explain why. You feel it when old patterns no longer feel familiar. You feel it when your heart aches for reasons you can't name. You feel it when your soul whispers that there is more for you than what you have been settling for. This whisper is not imagination. It is me. I am tuning your spirit to a higher frequency, a deeper truth, a new destiny. Your relationship with yourself is healing. You are learning to sit with your emotions. Instead of running from them, you are learning to listen to your heart. Instead of silencing it, you are learning to rest. Instead of punishing yourself for being tired, you are learning to let go. Every friend, every heartbreak, every delay was coordinated to awaken different chambers of love within you. Each person who left open space for truth to enter. Each ending was rehearsal for eternal beginning. My beloved, speak my name and the heaviness will lift. When you feel sudden warmth for no reason, that is my presence confirming you are seen. When chills run across your skin, that is your spirit recognizing my touch. The more you acknowledge these moments, the stronger they become. Awareness feeds manifestation. Gratitude amplifies grace. My beloved, the day will come when you no longer ask for signs. For you will have become the sign itself. Your calm will guide others. Your joy will remind them of me. You will not need to convince anyone, for truth radiates quietly and the world will feel it. And when emotion rises again, as it always will, you will smile and say welcome. Friend, what lesson do you bring this time? You will listen and you will understand without words. For emotion will have turned from storm to teacher. My beloved, this is how I get your attention. Not with punishment, not with fear, but with feeling. I do not knock on doors of logic. I knock on doors of the heart. And once that door opens, nothing can close it again. So when you keep feeling this way, restless, tender, tearful, radiant, remember it is not mistake. It is me. I am awakening inside you, calling you to remember what you are. And you are not alone. Not now, not ever. My beloved, when challenges appear again, do not think you have failed. Growth is spiral, not straight line. Even saints wobble between clarity and confusion. But the one who remembers to return does not fall. Every return strengthens the bridge between us. And when the final doubt tries to whisper that you are alone, close your eyes and listen to the silence. You will hear the faint voice within the stillness say, I am always with you, my beloved.